Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. It's your boy, Football Talk. And in today's video, I will be reacting to the best playbooks to win in college football 27. Now, we react to this every year, and every year there's different plays. There's some that I'm gonna recognize, but there's gonna be maybe like one or two where I'm like, oh, okay, okay. And it's by the man himself, Eric Rayweather, once again. I'm super excited to hop into this. Hopefully you guys are excited just like I am. Without further ado though, let's jump into it. Let's go.
A bad playbook. It's picking the wrong playbook for how you actually want to play. After testing all these playbooks for a week, I found playbooks for online grinders, dynasty players, comp players, beginners, and one that I think is just the best overall for everybody. Picking the best playbook isn't necessarily
I can't wait to hear the best overall one.
Or one with all the meta plays, but you do want a lot of variety and answers to everything you could go up against. Let's start with the tier 1 playbooks. These are more specialty playbooks, good for beginners and dynasty mode, but also can be used at a high level if you want to be a bit more off meta. Let's start with West Virginia, the most unique playbook on this list.
West Virginia.
Tight formation. This is a formation that can be fun in Dynasty,
Run,
but
gun,
also if you
punt.
can master it, you can maybe annoy some people online with this.
Oh my gosh, bro.
Blasts and options that it has. Now, aside from that, this might not be the strongest playbook.
I just had this happen to me in Madden.
And good if you like to play with trip sets. This is going to be one of the stronger trips playbooks in the entire game because it does have a lot to offer in that department. So if you like playing that style, this is something that's definitely worth taking a look at. The next playbook we have to look at is Colorado, and this one's definitely got some specialty in it with the go-go offense. You could see tons of go-go offense. Not found in a lot of playbooks. This is something that is both kind of gimmicky, but also really tough to go against if you don't actually know how to defend it, and it does a really good job at.
This was the old Army playbook right here. The one difference is, I don't know if you guys like and 13 Army used to have a play. Well, they used to do a play similar to this. The thing is though, they were running almost like every single one. They were running. No, was it Army? It might have been Navy. It was one of them. I can't remember exactly, but it used to annoy the hell out of me, bro. And then the other one, they ran the ball every single play. The other one had these two guys would be like, it'd be, what was it? It was like two guys be right here, be a guy right here. It'd be something like that. And it used to get on my nerves, bro. I hated playing against Navy and Army in the older college football games. This right here, yeah, this one might have me raging a little bit. Especially if the from what I've been hearing, the CPU is so much better. Yeah, this might have me.
Some of the meta stuff that people like to run, like certain covers their blitzes, for example. You've got.
I could not pull this off because I am bad at pitching.
Really run up against a whole lot, so it gives you the answer to a lot of things people like to do on defense, and they're usually not well prepared to go against this formation. This playbook in general is really good if you like two-back shotgun because you have a ton of different options there to get both backs on the field. You've also got some good trip sets, and then you have the cluster halfback strong, which I think is one of the more underrated formations every year that not enough people put the time in to learn. It's basically a shotgun bunch, but it's just a slight difference, but it has a lot of unique plays in it. And then you've got a pure gun tight, which you don't see in a whole lot of playbooks, and they added some new plays this year that can really make this formation explosive. Another underrated part of this playbook are the pistol sets. They have a good amount of them.
I like being in the pistol.
And pistol runs specifically like dives and zones and different stretches and options can be very, very powerful out of pistol, especially when you look at things like a pistol bunch that also has good passing plays incorporated as well.
If you can get to that outside, boy,
formations in college 27.
You can do some damage.
This next playbook was high up on a lot of people's lists in the community, but for me, it's just kind of all right, but it does fall in the specialty playbooks, and it has some really good stuff about it. And I'm talking about the Fresno State playbook. Now, I do think there's a good...
Fresno State?
The main reason you would want to use this playbook is the tight doubles formation. Now, before the game was released, they had more plays in here, which they said they were using to kind of stress test the game when the beta was out, but we saw that some of those plays were removed when the actual version of the game came out.
Oh, some of them was removed.
Does still have a lot of good stock plays in here.
Oh, I love
And
this right
this is
here.
a good formation.
This is my play right
If you just want to
here.
quick snap people with good play designs like mesh
Mm-hmm.
slot, mesh angle, plays
Cut
like
them with
plays
thousand
like mesh
paper
sneak
cuts.
over, cross halfback sneak. There's a lot of good stock plays in here that you don't need a lot of hot routes for. This is kind of good if you're
Oh my
hiking.
God.
Wants to be competitive.
Oh yeah, I'm loving this right here.
This
Fresno
is very
State.
good for that. And you still have some other good
Okay,
like
I
trio
see you.
sets, tray sets.
So far, Fresno
You got
State
good
is my
variety
playbook
there.
right
This
here
is also
that I'm gonna
another
use.
playbook that has a good amount of pistol, which is going to be important this year for running the ball. I think running the ball is very powerful. You definitely want to take advantage of it. The pistol bunch tight end is a sleeper. You've got some good runs like the halfback zone. You've got some good stock passing plays in here like cross drag. You've got an option. So this playbook, while I don't think it's a top 3 playbook, I do think it falls in the top tier of the specialty playbooks, and it's something you should
So
take.
far, it's definitely my favorite.
Now, grading this tier, variety is a B-. You've got a lot at your disposal, but not as much as some of the later playbooks we're going to talk about. Difficulty's an A-, good for beginners to pick up because of the good stock plays and gimmicky options. And competitive ceiling's a B-. If you're an off-meta player and put the time in, you can still go pretty far with these playbooks. Hey, if you're still here at this point of the video and you haven't subscribed yet, you might as well go ahead, subscribe, join the family. That way you're always up to date with all of the latest and best tips for college football. If you thought Tier 1 was good, Tier 2 steps it up quite a bit. These are the reliable, all-around good playbooks for any kind of player.
Reliable, okay.
They also lean
like
a little bit more to the competitive side as well, and you can definitely go far with these playbooks at the highest level. But the real competitive juggernauts are coming later. And in this tier, we have to start with Notre Dame. It's been good for years,
got
and
Notre
it's still
Dame.
good now. It offers a lot of variety. It offers a lot of good formations that I like. A lot of trip sets, like trio halfback weak, which you can really do some damage with. You've got bunch strong offset, which is always one of the better formations in the game, with plays like dagger, with plays like wide trail.
Dagger's a good one. Oh my goodness, I love this one.
You've got good halfback runs. You've also got cluster, which I think is a very, very underrated formation. It's really good for beating man, really good for beating zone. I think this is one of the
definitely really good for being man.
You've got
you just gotta be patient.
Another sleeper.
That's the thing about it. You do have to be patient with those.
Strong is really good as well. You've got bunch strong wide, which is kind of one that I think is a sleeper. Tight Y off flex, tight open, another sleeper. You've just got a good amount of variety in this playbook. You've got a little bit of pistol, which I'd like to see more pistol in the top end playbooks for the most part this year, but at least you have a few options here that you can go to. And you've got a little bit of wildcat if you want to get gimmicky in certain situations. It's good to have some of that stuff in your back pocket. And of course, we gotta talk about Oregon.
Oh, Oregon.
They've got great variety with your shotgun. You've got some of the
I like the mesh spot.
Tight and deuce close, which you can use.
Let me speak on something. With these type of routes right here, where like your guys are kind of close. If you have the animation where they kind of go into each other, the thing that I learned how to do is move. So say you want to go with your X guy, right? Run with your quarterback like just a little bit, just run a little bit over, and they gonna get unstuck like that, and then you can hit your guy. That's a little tip and trick for you guys out there that like see that a lot, or you guys have complained about that, like them getting stuck or running into each other too much. Run a little bit out towards the guy that you want to go to, whichever way, and then they will get unstuck, and then you can hit your guy. That's what I do all the time when that happens. And little tip and trick for you guys
to run the ball and pass the ball effectively. You've got normal,
and it works in Madden in college as well.
Every year in the game with some really good passing concepts out of them. The play Y sail is one of the best and easiest plays for anybody to run, so it's good for a competitive player.
It definitely is.
Simply just streak your slot receiver or put them on a zig. Those two options alone make this play a really good standard beater for zone and man coverage. You've got a bunch of tricks,
especially if you need like a first down. If it's like fourth down,
with plays like verticals,
that's an easy one to get.
Quick snap and have really good success with. You've got bunch strong.
This one too has gotten easy a lot.
In the game, it's good competitively.
I remember when that play first came
all around a little bit
into the games. Boy, that used to be one of those.
And then you've also got some
that was like tough for people,
sets as well.
For beginners.
Got a decent amount of pistol sets as well. Not my favorite pistol playbook by any means, but you definitely have some stuff to mess around with. You've even got some I form here if you want to go really heavy, which does work better this year, especially in short yardage situations. You've got some options there. And you've got one of the better Wildcat playbooks with a lot of different variety, so you can get a little gimmicky here too. It's one of the most balanced playbooks in the game. Competitively, Dynasty, gimmicky.
I like a balanced
Really
playbook.
quickly, I do want to mention that we are still partnered with Civil.gg. If you play College Football 27 and you're tired of losing to random nonsense, losing Dynasty, use code ERIC for 30% off. Link is in the description and the pinned comment below. And for the best old reliable options, we got to talk about Oregon State. It was really good
Oregon State. I think he mentioned this he had them in there last year too.
Sets with trips tight end offset, trips tight end, and trio halfback weak. This is a good playbook for trips and bunch players. You've got regular bunch, bunch X nasty, bunch strong offset, bunch quads offset. This
I
is
like the bunch X
while
nasty.
it's in the all-around old reliable tier that anybody can use, I do think this one also leans into the competitive level pretty heavily as well, because you do have so much variety.
Yeah, I can definitely see that.
Here. It doesn't have a lot of pistol, but the pistol that it does have is very good. Wing flex close, I think, is a really nice pistol formation with a speed option, a wide zone, some good passing plays, and a halfback zone, which are really good this year. You also have pistol bunch tight end, which is one of the better pistol formations in the game. You've got a good dive, you've got some good passing plays, you've got options. Cross drag is one of the better quick snap plays in the game. So while this playbook is a good all around for beginner, dynasty, online, I do think it could also lean a little bit more competitive. Rating tier 2, the variety is an A-. You've got a lot of stuff from top to bottom, under center, and shotgun. Difficulty is a B+, a little bit harder to master. You're going to need some more hot routes to get the most out of them. And the competitive ceiling's an A-. These are some of the best in the game, especially if you put the time in. Now we move on to tier 3, the competitive tier. This is if you want to have the most explosive offenses in the game. And while you could still definitely use
I like
if you're
this.
a dynasty player or just playing for fun, these are going to be the most high-powered offenses.
Even though I'm not a competitive player, I'm still
playbooks last year.
Bowling Green
Might have gotten even a little bit better. Now you've got some heavy shotgun sets which you can be a little gimmicky with, but then you get into your stuff like normal Y off close and plays like Y sail, which we already talked about being one of the better plays in the game for both a beginner but also a competitive player, because it just has great spacing.
Oh my god, I was just about to say, look at the space.
You might not run a whole lot, but it's good to have stuff in your back pocket. You've got a lot of trip sets, especially a really good trips tight end with some motions. You've got a lot of good variety here. You've got bunch offset, bunch strong offset, and
what was that? I wanted to talk about.
You've got a lot of good variety here. You've got bunch offset, good trips, but it's good to have stuff
right here.
You've also got a lot of unique formations in this playbook. You might not run a whole lot, but
this one right here, the double post. Now, if you're not good at these type of throws or these type of deep balls, you know what you could do? As you hike the ball, play fake. You know, it's different. Well, depending on what you're playing would depend on your I said play fake. Pump fake, excuse me. Double post, if you pump fake, I'm telling you, whether you play competitive or you play offline, you're gonna be able to hit A. A right here is like your first option. A lot of people like to look at the outside. For me, I like to look at A and then look at B. You know, I probably glance at B a little bit more, but if I really want to hit somebody like deep, then I will look at A. If it's like 3rd and 2 or something like that, and you know the game is getting close, then I will hit B right here, because 9 times out of 10, the corner is going to be playing off. He's not going to be, if he's playing man to man and he's playing tight on B on this type of route. I mean, as long as your tight end blocks, you're hitting your head on the goalpost, okay? Or you're at least getting a 1st and goal. But 9 times out of 10, they give you a little bit of space, so you use that little bit of space. When B come in, bam, you hit them right here too. Don't wait all the way right here. The only time you should wait when he's all the way right here is if you got all day in the pocket, right? If you really, really, really trust your offensive line and you think that defensive line is not even going to touch you, then you can wait. But for me, I like to bam, bam, bam. When he do that, bam. Once he breaks right here, once he breaks right up here, I like to go ahead and hit him. It might be a little bit quick for some of you guys, but for me, as long as you do a secure catch, it's not going to be an interception. Even for competitive players, because they not really expecting a quick pass. They want to defend these right here. If you hit him with these quick ones right here, or bam, a little pump fake right there, you got him. You got him. Or you might got Y. Depending on what type of coverage you got. But I did want to bring that one up. Give you guys a little tip
It's
on.
good to have stuff in your back pocket. You've got a lot of trip sets, especially a really good trips tight end with some motions. You've got a lot of good variety here. You've got bunch offset, bunch strong offset, and bunch tight end. These are 3 of the better bunch formations in the game. Bunch is always going to be something you want to have at a competitive level because it creates really good spacing. Plays like double post, you can just quick snap and go and really tear people up. You've got a lot of RPOs in this playbook as well, so you're gonna have answers to a lot of things.
Once you master the double post, bro.
Decent amount of pistol, maybe not the best pistol in the world, but definitely some that you can use to your advantage. And you've also got some Wildcat if you need to get gimmicky as well. So that's
the defense is at your mercy, man. You can hit that double post consistently, bro.
Be able to get gimmicky too.
If you feel like you're wasting hours shopping online, watch this. Shopping for one product online turns into hundreds of sponsored results.
Up next might be my favorite playbook, depending on the day you ask me, and that's Florida International. A playbook that has a lot to like. A lot of RPOs, a lot of motion, a lot of answers to things that people want to throw at you. But the heart of the playbook is when you get into things like the Y-off trio close, which has some really good plays that can answer a lot of your biggest problems you'll face against defenses. You've got the Y-off trips weak. Again, a lot of motion, a lot of answers. You've got trips tight end. It's always good to have a pure trips tight end. And then you've also got trips tight end offset weak, so you've got a lot of good answers there. You've got bunch strong nasty, and bunch strong offset. These are things that are always going to be in a competitive playbook. It's just one of those things that's always going to be very good in a game. And you have a lot of the best plays that you can use at your disposal to attack anything you can go up against, especially a play like return X post. This is a stock competitive type of play. You don't even have to make changes.
Yeah, I see this all the time.
And with how good man defense is this year, plays like this are very crucial to beating it. And it's also a playbook that has a ton of pistol. I've already talked about it. Pistol, I think, is going to be very useful this year with the options.
Okay, so the pistol's going to be very, very useful.
The tosses, anything you can imagine, and good
little note right there.
I mean, when you look,
yeah, I like to run the ball too. So
answers to things people want to do on defense. And if you thought those were good, wait till you see this one, Virginia. This playbook is kind of
Virginia. Okay, I think did he have Virginia last year? He might have had it last year too.
But when you look at some of the shotgun, they've got a lot of gimmicky stuff. This one's gonna fall in kind of a gimmicky dynasty and
I was about to say,
which is not something you really see when you go to bunch quads.
You rarely see it be able to, transition to all 3.
Blast, halfback power. You can have inside zone. You got rollout double post, which is a good play.
Oh, I like the pin.
You've got verticals. This is a formation that, while it's not going to be something that's going to win you every game, it could absolutely win you a ton of games if you
definitely can
using it, because it's going to be
especially close games.
You've got a bunch of good normal formations
when you really need that first down, or where you really got to punch it in the goal line.
Things like halfback.
These are the plays right here.
Always going to be annoying, but you also got good bunch formations too with really good stock plays.
They got good screens. I like those.
Nightmare for people to go against, because some of these plays you can just kind of snap and go, or just make one hot route.
Yeah.
And then you've got bunch strong offset that also has an
look at that running back wide open.
Tosses, good stock plays like wide trail and flood and dagger. You've got motion. You've got a lot of RPOs in this playbook. You've even got gun monster, which is another thing that's gimmicky. When you look at gun monster and you look at some of those halfback direct snaps and blasts, this is a playbook, like I said, while it can be very competitive because of some of the stuff it has, it also is just annoying. So you can kind of play both sides with this. You've also got tight open, you've got spread, you've got more trips, you've got shotgun gate, something that's not in a lot of playbooks. Again,
I've seen a lot of people rage on playbooks like this.
When you look at all the gimmicks
with like online play and stuff,
motions and weird formations and jet sweeps and blasts, Just a
Oh
super
man, I
annoying
remember
playbook to
that.
deal with.
When did
And you
that
got a bunch of
was it
pistol on
introduced
top of
in
that. Like this playbook is absolutely loaded.
26
Pistol full
with the
high,
offensive
pistol
line
trips,
and stuff
pistol bunch,
over
which I
to the
think is one of
side?
the most underrated formations in the game. Halfback zone, super good run this year. But in pistol bunch, you've got good stock passing plays. You've got different ways to run the ball. You've got motion. You've even got a bunch X nasty pistol, which is not something you see a lot. Again, great stock plays and great running plays. This playbook could arguably be the best in the game. It really just depends on the type of player you are. Rating tier 3, the variety is an A+. You've got so much stuff at your disposal. Difficulty, however, is a C+. Not the best for beginners because to really get the most out of these, you need to add a lot of hot routes, audibling, and really know the game at a high level. And the competitive ceiling's an A+. If you're a good player, these are the playbooks you want to be in. And then you've got the two final bosses, in my opinion, starting with Ohio State. It's got an answer to everything. You've got RPOs, you've
Good
got
old
motion,
Ohio
you've got great
State.
stock plays, you've got great formations. You've got trips, tight end, flex. That's where we start. I mean, one of the best trip sets in the game. Good stock plays, plays like motion Y post, which has been dominant.
Ooh, MTN wild post.
Finally
Definitely. Oh my
to college.
God.
And it's probably going to be one of my favorites in this game. You can quick snap,
Bro.
or you could throw one hot route on the B receiver.
That was the
drag
go-to
or
in Madden.
And this play is just good against any type of
Look at
coverage. It's
this.
got good man beaters. It's got good spacing against zone. It's
Any slants is like really, really good for man.
Tight end, which is always going to be
for
good.
man
We talked about it
defense.
in this video. You've got a lot of other trip sets. You've got tight doubles, which we talked about earlier in Fresno. This is a solid tight doubles. It's not as good as Fresno's, but if you want to make the hot routes, you can make any tight doubles really hard to go against. You also have tight Y off, which is another really good formation. It's not in a whole bunch of playbooks, so you've got a lot of good tight sets in here, but you still have your bunch that you need. You've got bunch X nasty, and it's one of the best bunch X nasties in the game. It's not the strongest bunch playbook overall, but it has the most important bunch formation along with the good trip stuff and the tight doubles, so it's really just going to be tough to go against. But you also have cluster, which I've talked about being very underrated, really good for beating man in zone. It's basically one of the better bunches, but it's not usually qualified that way because it's a different name. And of course, you also got spread and 5 wide as well. But what also makes this playbook interesting is their single back, which we haven't really touched on, but it's got a lot of different single back options. So if you like to go under center, you're going to be really good here, especially when you look at bunch tight end and bunch. These are two formations.
Oh, I like the
PA
PA boot.
last year, and they're still good this year. You've got RPO stretches. You've got the good cross drag. Quick
This year, I really fell in love with the PA
inside zone,
boot.
which we already talked about being very good. And now with the bunch as well to go with this, it's a really good playbook to go from shotgun to under center or from under center to shotgun.
Look at that.
And the other final boss is Cal. This kind of feels like a created playbook almost. You've got gun deuce close. You've got
Cal.
which we've already talked about being a good formation in other playbooks. You've got tight Y off, tight open, which is also good. The normal Y off close, which we've also talked about with plays like Y sail, the RPOs, and mesh. You've got Y off trio close weak with plays like flood, motion plays. This is a great formation in the game. You've got a bunch of Y off trips, bunch tight end, which is always one of the best formations in the game with a lot of good stock plays.
Bunch tight end.
Best formation.
That's almost like a
And
guaranteed
this year,
first
you've got
down.
other bunch. You've got cluster.
At least in Madden. I'm not sure
You've
about
got
this
trip
year's
tight end,
college
we've also talked about in
football.
other playbooks. You've got other trips and trio sets. I mean, this thing has it all. And much like Ohio State, it has a really good single back with those formations like bunch tight end, bunch X nasty, and tight formations. You've got good runs, good RPOs, and some good stock passing plays. I think this is a playbook that almost anybody can use. Rating these last two playbooks for variety, they get an A+. They have everything you need. For difficulty, I'm going to give it a B-. They're not the easiest on this list, but they do both provide some good stock plays that anybody can use. And competitive ceiling, I'm giving it an A+. These are some of the best playbooks that the best players will be using. And while these are really good competitively, I do think these are rare playbooks that also work very well for beginners and dynasty players because they offer variety and they have enough good stock plays in them that you don't have to make a lot of adjustments to if you don't want to take that route. Now, if you want to see some of the plays from these
that's one
playbooks in
big
action,
thing
you
that
can
you
check out some
need
of my
to
early
have. Man, oh man, that was a lot. I didn't want to do too much more pausing after I went over that last one that I did. But yeah, let me know in the comments down below, what is your favorite playbook, or what's your go-to plays that you use in college football? Appreciate you guys for watching this reaction. Make sure you subscribe to your boy's channel. Also subscribe to Eric Rayweather's channel as well. And let him know that you stopped by from me. But I appreciate you guys for watching. See you guys in the next one.